What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be covering a question that I feel is needed to be answered, and that is, why is everyone leaving Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Now, me, I'm a native here. I've lived here my whole life, but I wouldn't be the honest local real estate expert if I didn't give you the good and bad associated with it. So I'm going to be covering 4 topics that I feel are very major contributors to answering this question, and I feel like they're very essential to one's living and quality of life. And before I do begin, I just want to make one quick disclaimer as a real estate agent. Not every place is for everyone, and that is totally okay. We get it. Everybody is so different and has different wants and needs. But I'm going to be covering the whys as to why some people might not be a good fit for Milwaukee, as well as Milwaukee not being a good fit for them, and we are going to get into it right now. Now, the first reason on my list for people moving out of Milwaukee is the needs for more space. Now, despite a little bit of a rising cost of living, and this is just as a whole in Wisconsin, but Milwaukee County specifically is known for having a lower cost of living and lower entry-level price points. For this reason, it is a great place for first-time home buyers to shop around. However, as one individual's needs and quality of life tend to change over time, their housing needs will change along with it as well. For instance, marital status might change from single to married and may have a kid or kids plural. And in most cases, it makes sense for moving from one county to the next, as they can be able to find a home with much more square footage, let alone beds and baths. Many neighborhoods and subdivisions in counties surrounding Milwaukee County will have larger homes and lots, so it makes perfect sense for families looking for a larger home to live in. Families may also want a different school district for their children as well, and may want to move to an area much closer to that school district to provide their children with much better educational opportunities. And don't forget, if you're moving to or from Milwaukee, whether you're staying in the state or out of state, reach out to me today, William Lowe, the local real estate agent out of Milwaukee and Southeast Wisconsin, for all your property needs. My contact info is on the screen. I look forward to meeting you and helping you out. The next reason on my list as to why people are leaving Milwaukee is there are limited opportunities for some jobs. Now, people may be seeking some better job opportunities or higher paying salaries, and for this, it might take moving to a new area or a new city. And before I go any further, just to note that not every city is going to offer the same job opportunities as everywhere else. The saying goes, the grass ain't greener on the other side, and in more ways than one, this is very much true. For instance, Las Vegas is the entertainment and hospitality capital of the world. Naples, Florida is ranked as a top retirement destination. Fort Wayne, Indiana is very much known for being a part of the biomedical industry. And those are just one of a handful of cities that are being known for something. You know, every city is going to offer some different type of job opportunities available. And while Milwaukee has some great employment opportunities available, the city does not have it all, and therefore it may not be a great fit for everyone. Another reason why people are moving out of Milwaukee is, and some of you may have seen this coming, the weather. Being that we are in the upper Midwest, it does get pretty frigid cold here 6 months out of the year. And for many, this can be a total turnoff. I'm not gonna lie, even as a resident, even I've uttered the magic words, I wanted to get out of the place and thought about moving out from time to time. Now, take alone the temperatures in a winter day. Now, an average December day is gonna be on average between 20 and 30 degrees. Now, it's definitely cold enough to make you wanna put some layers on and just to feel even comfortable. Now, this is not including any wind chill, as that can make it seem like 30 degrees even colder, which is pretty unbearable. Even the coldest days of the year are yet to come, as the coldest months are January and February. And some of these months you can experience a very intense cold snap, as the daily high will be -1 degrees on average. Burr is the word. Even in the late spring on days like today, I mean, it's actually a pretty warm day. It's 65 to 68 degrees outside right now, but it's actually been really fluctuating between 70 and 40 degrees. And when it gets down to 40, even that's a time to put on a coat in the springtime. Now, when it comes to snow, the city of Milwaukee has parking restrictions from November and December 1st all the way to end of March, early April. And a lot of these will be put in place mainly for snow emergencies when it comes to plowing the roads. But being in these inner city neighborhoods where many snow is plowed up to the sides and onto the sidewalks, and how many street parking is the only means to their way of life and living, it can be very difficult to park, let alone even pull out of a parking spot in most days and nights, getting up in the morning. And it's harder because with these restrictions in place, it blocks off one side of the street. So parking spaces are all the more scarce. in some areas like downtown Milwaukee and the lower and upper east side, just for example. And the last reason on my list as to why people are moving out of Milwaukee is taxes, and I mean that in more than one way. Take, for instance, property taxes have gone up in recent years because the city of Milwaukee has had recent assessments of property, and because values have spiked due to the COVID era, the property taxes as well have spiked. So we're all starting to see the after effects of the residents living in Milwaukee and all the acceleration of the housing market. Now, many homes in other adjacent counties will have larger homes with the same or even lower property tax bills, thus making a move much more desirable. In addition to property taxes, sales tax is also another form of taxes that has risen recently in Milwaukee County and should also be taken into consideration. Now, in January of 2024, the city increased the sales and use tax, currently up from 0.5% to 0.9%, as well as approving an additional sales and use tax for another 2%. These, combined with the state tax of 5%, brings the total sales tax to 7.9%. And it definitely puts a little bit of a strain on everything we purchase, whether it's shopping, going out, having a meal to eat, having a beer to drink, anything we do, even gas at the pump, it makes a little bit more of a strain, and therefore makes moving to another area a little more desirable as they don't have to deal with such burdens. And just to reiterate one more time, not every place is for everyone, and that is totally okay. Everybody has different needs, and people have needs that just evolve and change over time. For this, it always takes a move, and when it comes to knowing how to make that move, you consider talking to a local real estate agent. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to hit like and subscribe at the bottom. Stay in the loop for when I release new content. And if you need some help moving to or from Milwaukee, or let alone Wisconsin or whatever, reach out to me today, William Lowe, the local real estate agent out of Milwaukee in southeast Wisconsin. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week.